Thank you for joining us here today. I am Om and we the students of Royal Roads University are going to present on the topic impacts of fast food and public health, social trends and economy across North America with my teammates Daniil and Sans. Before I begin, I'd like to do the land acknowledgement. The Royal Roads University stands on the traditional lands of the Lekwungen speaking people, especially of the Songhees and the Esquimalt Nation. Here in the Calgary-Banff region, we are presenting on the traditional lands of the 7 treaty nations. We recognize and gratitude. We express our gratitude and recognize a shared responsibility to honor these lands and move forward with respect and reconciliation.
It all started with one question: why is fast food consumption so high? Turns out that it's a complex web of economical, social, and psychological drivers. So we decided to highlight this map, not just to reveal the harm, but also to show you the pathways to change it and break the cycle. In the middle of our system lies the fast food demand. But what does feed this demand? A modern, quick-paced lifestyle, precise targeted business strategies, and even deep-rooted inequality sometimes. Here is the as you can see, it's all centered around the fast food. Things on top are the factors contributing to the fast food, and circles on the bottom are the outcomes of the fast food consumption.
So in today's agenda, we're going to be looking at, as Daniil mentioned, impacts of fast food, who causes it, the stakeholders, and also leverage points to change. Before I begin, I would just like to mention, if anybody here likes fries from McDonald's, count me in. But if you've noticed, after having those fries or a tub of ice cream when you're watching a sad movie, I don't really feel good about myself. I feel worse. I'm worried about having breakouts on my face the next day. Feeling addicted to fast food is very common. It's not just about the willpower of avoiding it. Fast food is scientifically designed to trigger emotional comfort, cravings, and even biological dependence. Social media is also one of our powerful levers in our map. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they push fast food content constantly. They trigger our youth and our emotionally vulnerable individuals as well through ads, trends, and influencers. Marketing is also creating a false abundance with endless options of food and instant deliveries as well. This abundance masks a deeper scarcity of real nutrition, community connection, and also time to cook or eat mindfully. Fast food then becomes a coping mechanism, a habit, and an addiction. Next is family culture and economic pressure. Well, I'm from India, and in my family we believe that a family that eats together stays healthy together. My mom, she fell ill a few years ago, and this is what changed the dynamic in our family to eat more healthy and mindfully. This was almost 15 years of my habit and hard work that was induced in me. But after moving to Canada, it all completely changed between school and work. As we all know, I fell back to eating poutine. I was really excited about it when I first came to Canada. Next issue that we also focused on is food deserts in low-income neighborhoods. So in food deserts, what happens is big outlets like McDonald's, Taco Bell, and others, they strategically place their outlets in low-income neighborhoods, offering high-calorie, low-cost, and low-in-nutrition food options. For example, in Winnipeg, there are about 104,000 residents living there, and they live in between food deserts, so there is limited access to grocery stores and fresh produce, which is such a bare minimum necessity. This is not accidental. This is a business model that feeds in scarcity.
We had also built a second map on the business aspect of the fast food. It's a loop that is built for profit and profit only. It cuts labor cost with minimal training, uses scheduling software to maximize the efficiency, and markets aggressively to keep the demand high. Now AI has also been a part of it. Fast food chains like Pizza Hut and Taco Bell has already started using AI in kitchen operations and also in AI-powered drive-thrus. This all comes at a cost. That is burnout, low pay, environmental damage, and rising public backlash. Still, brands reset their image by doing PR, loyalty apps, and ECG reports. There is a quote by Fording that says the current fast food system is a product of capitalism run among where profit trumps everything else. Even waste is built into this system. Overproduction, packaging waste, food waste. We live in a world where millions of people go hungry, yet fast food chains discard tons of edible foods every day.
These consequences are staggering. Food insecurity is another issue that is a growing concern in Canada. According to the graph mentioned here, there was a 16.9% rise in 2022 of food insecure households, and in 2021 there was a 12.9% increase. Apart from that, from a health perspective, fast food drives obesity, diabetes, hormonal imbalances, and even neurological deterioration. Also, obesity is now only second to smoking as a cause of preventable death in America. Young people are developing lifelong eating disorders, all for the sake of convenience.
Now let's talk about the environmental impact of the fast food. Fast food scale requires unsustainable farming. Unsustainable farming is resulting in excessive use of water, excessive use of land, use of chemical fertilizer. All of this contributes to the land degradation and climate change, which is not good. On top of that, companies like McDonald's are world leaders in packaging waste. We've looked up in some of the environmental reports, and we've discovered that they actually do not disclose the exact amount of money which they reinvest back to the environment. We looked up other fast food giants, and we noticed the same problems with them. Some of the fast food giants which disclose the amount of money reinvested back to the environment is just a minor fraction of the profits, which indicates greenwashing to us. And where does the government stand in all of this? Governments are not just the bystanders. Governments are active players in the system. In different places, governments act differently. For example, in the United States, government contributes to the fast food production by subsidizing up to 75% of crops used in ultra-processed foods, which then is going to be delivered to the fast food chains. While in Mexico, government is trying to fight with it by introducing the school bans and protecting children from the fast food addiction. However, most of the times, those kind of efforts are reactive and not proactive. If we want the system to change, the government needs to collaborate with public. The health warnings shall be introduced, the public education shall be strengthened, and the companies needs to be controlled. When it comes to the addiction, we cannot rely on individuals to make better choices in their lives. Let's look at the passes and leverages we have identified. The first one, and probably the biggest one, is the public education. My dad always told me that the taste is something you develop through your life and not something you are born with. It's up to us to teach our kids the culture of better food. Also, we've noticed a lot of similarities between big tobacco and fast food industry. That's why we're considering the same kind of measures to target the fast food from the government by introducing the health warnings, rehabilitation, banning the color use and the imagery use for kids. The next one is the transparent emission reports that actually display the commitment to the environment and not just greenwash their initiatives. Fair labor practices and public recognition throughout the world. Sustainable farming practices are sustainable food sourcing for the fast food. And lastly, cultural reconnection to target the international students and newcomers. At the same time, it promotes the cultural diversity via food and fights the rising cost of living. I believe that systems can change if we change the values they build on. We might have to step backwards from the profit and comfort-driven mindset and apply the mindset which emphasizes the human well-being and the planetary needs. We may have to go extra step for this, but it's worth it because this is investment in our future.
In the end, the fast food system acts like a mirror. It reflects how the society handles stress, inequality, and profit. But here's the hopeful part. Systems can change. If governments, corporations, and communities come together to rethink how the fast food is produced, marketed, and consumed, we can change and rewrite it. We share this further to ignite a dialogue. We are not just exposing a problem, but we are mapping a way out.